When I was younger, my teachers always told me math was extremely important because I'd need to use it every day of my life. By learning a few math formulas and having the situational awareness of when and how to apply them, I have greatly benefited from a general knowledge in math. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to apply math in your life. It's as easy as 3 simple steps. Number 1, identify the problem. Number 2, choose the proper math formula to solve the problem. And 3, properly execute the math formula to achieve a desired result. Today we're going to look at 2 real-life situations where math could help you. The first is, say you're on a business trip for 4 days, and you go to the car rental place, and it costs $110 to rent a car for 3 days, or $190 to rent it for 7 days. Obviously, the 3-day rental won't get you through until the end of your business trip, but you don't want to overpay and get the 7-day package. Here's how to figure out a fair price according to the prices they've set for a 4-day rental. First, we're going to set it up like this. 3 days will represent X in this pair of coordinates. The corresponding Y value is 110. Then 7 and 190. We're going to use the y-intercept formula, or y equals mx plus b. The reason for this is once you figure out m, the slope of the line you're plotting, and b, the y-intercept value, you are able to solve for any y and x. And that will help us determine how much you would pay for a 4-day rental. So first we have to figure out the values of m and b. M is very easy. You take the second value of y, 190, and subtract the first value of y. Then you put that over the second value of x, 7, and subtract the first value of x. Here, you're going to end up with 190 minus 110, 80, over 7 minus 3, which is 4. If you simplify that down, it's 20. So the value for m is 20. Now we have to solve for b, the y-intercept. What the y-intercept is on the line you're plotting where it's going to intercept the y-axis. We have values for x and y already, so we can substitute those into our y-intercept formula. 110 is equal to 20 times 3 plus b. Now b is the only variable, so it's really easy to solve for it. Here 110 is equal to 60 plus b, or b is equal to 50. Now that we have solved for both m and b, we can go back to our original y-intercept formula and figure out how much a 4-day rental will cost. Y, how much we want to pay, is equal to 20 times the number of days plus 50. Or, y is equal to 130. So for a 4-day rental, you're going to pay $130. The second example that we're going to look at today is one that we're probably familiar with from grade school. If you can complete your homework in 4 hours, and your classmate can complete their homework in 7 hours, how long would it take you to complete it if you work together? Now the formula we're going to want to use here is very simple. Y will represent the rate at which you work. You're going to add that to C, or the rate at which your classmate works. This is going to equal T, the rate at which you will work together. Obviously, Y, C, and T can be any letter. I just chose Y because it stands for you, C because it stands for classmate, and T because it stands for together. The rate we're going to use here is per hour. It's in hours, and it's really just a simple rate to use. Your rate is every hour you complete 1/4 of your homework. That way, you'll have completed all of it in 4 hours. Classmates' rate is 1/7. The rate for together will be represented by 1 over t. Now, in order to add these, you need to find the least common denominator. The least common denominator here is 28. Once you have written it with the least common denominator, it's very easy to add. You basically just add 7 and 4, which is equal to 11 over 28. That's the rate at which you will work together. Now, obviously, that's very complicated. You don't want to call up your classmate and say, hey, let's work together on our homework because we will get 11/28 of the homework done in 1 hour. A very easy way to make this more practical is to invert it. 11 over 28 is equal to 1 over t. So you could also say that 28 over 11 is equal to t over 1, or just t. 28 over 11 is 2.535 hours, roughly 2.5 hours. As you can see, using math to help you solve everyday problems is very practical. Whether it's renting a car or trying to figure out how much time you need to designate for a study group. You just have to follow the 3 simple steps. Number 1, identify the problem. Number 2, choose the correct math formula. And 3, execute it properly to achieve your desired result. I hope that the next time you encounter a challenge in your life, you use math so you can solve it quicker and more efficiently.